In today's video, we're going to be doing the Cluckin Bell farm hey, with tips and tricks for new players, so let's get started. First thing you're going to do is go down to the V after Vincent calls you down at the Vespucci police station. You're going to walk into the little yellow circle, and then you're going to start up with Plus button. And now you can't adjust the difficulty or anything on this one. Armor is always recommended, but it's pretty simple in this case. It's as soon as it ever wants to load. That is one problem with the Cluckin Bell farm raise. It takes forever. So I can skip these cutscenes because I've already done this enough times, but all you're going to do is just jump in your vehicle. If you're trying to do this under 45 minutes, I highly recommend an HSW outfitted vehicle like this one is. It's always traffic around there, no matter what you're doing. But let's head down to A. You're going to have A and B to go to, and I'm just going to start down at A. I will see you when I get down there. Okay, so we're approaching A. So these are always the same location regardless. Just going to park right here. Here, Armored Kruma is recommended, and I'm just going to use a minigun just to make it a little bit quicker. Just going to take these guys out real fast. Just, as you can tell, it only takes a few seconds. And then you're just going to run over here to the blue little circle. Go inside real quick. And once you're inside, you're going to have a few guys in here. You got to take these two out real quick. Then there's going to be one more that will come out in just a second. But you can go ahead and start grabbing the cash real quick. Unfortunately, this seems like it takes forever to do, especially when you're trying to get this done quickly. If you're trying to do this in under 45 minutes, I've done this in about 3.5 minutes in total. For the two locations, but that's with an HSW vehicle, and after doing this like 20 or 30 times. But yeah, it definitely takes some time. And so each location inside, there's going to be 3 guys to deal with. Outside, enemies depend on which location you're at. But that's it for this location, just 2 here. Just run over here, head outside. Now, once you're outside, you don't have to take these guys out. I just do it just to make it easier. Just run back down to your car, jump in that, and then you're going to head down to B, which you can just put a waypoint on your map if you want, or if you're familiar with the map, just head right on down there. I will see you down at B. Okay, and we're down at B. There's going to be quite a few enemies here. Just going to take out as many as you can real quick. Not going to really worry about them too much. I really should have chose a better weapon, honestly, but what can you do? Just gonna park right over here, get out real quick, grab a minigun, or this one, whichever one works better. A lot of times I just use an SMG here, just to make it faster. And then we got the ones that we're following. We're not gonna pay attention to the other one. Come in here. So in here, the process is gonna be the same. I'm just gonna choose what I want for a weapon in this case. This doesn't really matter, honestly. We got these 2 guys, and then we're going to have that last one that's going to come in afterwards. There's going to be 3 dryers in here, just like the last one had 2. This one has 3. That guy you don't have to worry about while you're grabbing the cash real quick. Like I said, it takes forever. You can't really speed it up. You just got to spam the A button on controller for Xbox. I don't remember what it is on PC. Here on the keyboard, and I believe it might be X on PlayStation. It's been years since I had PlayStation, so. But yeah, the second one's right here. Grab this real fast. Then your third one's going to be right over there, 2 down. Now this does glitch out sometimes, so you might have to go around in that little circle real quick. But like I said, it's pretty fast. Just, the week I'm recording this, it is currently an extra $500,000. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I had to unplug my controller and plug it back in. And it does that. Every now and then it'll glitch out like that. But once you got the cash, just run back outside real quick and jump in your car. So there will be a few enemies out here. Yeah, you can take them out if you want to. It's not usually worth it to me, honestly. Hey, like I said, using an HSW vehicle, so it's a little bit faster. And you will get chased back to the lockup, but I will see you back at the lockup once I get there. Okay, and after a nice uneventful drive. We're just gonna head over here, drive right into the yellow circle, and that's it for this mission. And like I said, it's pretty simple. Oh, gotta have a short little cutscene here to end it. And yeah, this is actually, like I said, it's pretty fast. You can do this in under an hour, so it's real helpful. So back here at Vincent's, over at the police station, we're gonna start the next one. Break and enter in, grab some armor. This one you will need armor for, especially if you're a low-level player and you don't have much health. Because this one's when we're gonna be getting the train. So you always want to go to the laptop first. That is mainly because of where you're starting. And I will see you down there at the laptop. And then we'll go down to the terabyte. So to get down to the laptop, you can just take the highway. It's a little bit faster. It's not going to save you a lot of time, but it cuts off going through the back roads through there. Then you're just going to go down through here. And we're going to ignore the AI for the cars driving around. Like how that one turned right in front of me. But just come down here. Vigilante works good for this. Just make sure it's not on missiles or anything. But I'm just going to take guns, shoot it around here. Then they'll come up as a red spot in your map. Now, he could be at one of multiple locations throughout here. He could be over here. He could be on the other side of the dock. He could be in one of the tents over there. But as soon as you have the laptop, just head on out. And then we'll head over to the terabyte. Okay, now we're coming up on the terabyte right here. Now you need to take out all the drones. So you do need to be careful with these. They do take a little bit. As you can tell, we got this one spawning right here, the one that was over it. We're going to have 2 more right here, then 3 more. And as you can tell, this one will go after you. But once you take them out, you can head into the terabyte real quick. And once you're inside, you can just grab the gun and the hacking device. Now this is available for all players. If you're out of ammunition or getting low on it on that one, it will give it to you. But just head back out, jump in your car, and then you gotta head down to the train. Like I said, very easy. I think the train's your hardest part, honestly, on this one. But this one just takes longer because you got literally 3 positions. And we're just gonna head this way. But so if you are playing the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid the week I'm recording this on 12/20/2025 and 12/21/2025 since I'm splitting it up over 2 days. But yeah, you just want to take the rail tracks a little bit faster than the roads. But for completing it during this time period all the way to January 7th, you will receive $500,000, whether it's for your first playthrough as a leader or as a associate. Now you're going to have 2 guys here in front of the train. Then you're going to have a few others you're going to have to take out, but that's all right. But like I said, if you're not planning on playing this too often, it will be the weekly challenge the week of December 30th. So that's another bonus right there. I only do the Cluckin Bell Farm Raid if I really have to, honestly, at this point. And I own every business in the game, the mansion. So it's literally endgame. Just waiting on GTA 6 at this point. But I just want to take these guys out. And you're going to be looking for the train key. Now, there's one of 2 guys that could hold the key. I know most say it's only one. I've actually found it's 2 different guys that could hold the key. But they're always going to drop it in the same area. And that's going to be right over near this pickup truck. Okay, as you can tell, the key's right there. Got this guy right here. We'll take him out. Just grab the key. Ignore the rest of them. If you need to, use some body armor. And then we're just going to head over here to the train. And yeah, like I said, it's pretty easy, simple mission. It's just time consuming. That's the only problem with this one. And you do want to make sure you don't park your car in front of the train. Obvious reasons for that. But as soon as you have the train, you're going to have to make sure you're ready to hit the hacking device as soon as you're in the circles, which you'll see coming up here. And unfortunately, the train is not the fastest thing in the world. But you're just going to want to ignore the enemies as you go. Oh, can you die while driving train? Oh, yeah. done that. Usually it's either because you're not watching the health bar. So as you can tell, you got this light, you got to hit on. Like I said, just hit the enemy's trucks out of your way. Don't even bother worrying about that. And they will hit you. Just watch your health and armor. Have your interaction menu open if you feel like you need to, or if you are a newer player and you have low health still on the game. But otherwise, yeah. You love how they just park right here in the middle of the tracks. Especially love the helicopter coming up. It's like, it makes no logical sense. That was the second light back there for anybody that's wondering. So you're going to have 4 lights in total. Oh, got the nice little helicopter right here. It's literally, it makes no sense in the game. And we're going to ignore these enemies up here. You don't have to shoot anybody, honestly. Hey, now this one, it slows you down here no matter what you do. It takes a little bit longer for that light. I think that's because of the transition onto the tracks. But at the switch point, it speeds up afterwards. And you got one more light coming up down here. And yeah, like I said, just ignore all these enemies here. Yeah, hit this light. And then we just got a few enemies up here. And that will be the end. And to deal with. And we're going to ignore any damage they're causing. And then, yeah. Once we're in the track and down the tunnel, that will be it. Okay, and that's the end of this mission. And so, like I said, pretty simple mission. None of them are hard. It's just time consuming, and for a lot of them, and very repetitive. So we're back here again. So this time we're going to be doing the concealed weapons. So we're going to do this a little bit differently than what most creators tell you to do. Most say go to A. We're going to go to B. Yeah, and it's just because it's a little bit easier, less enemies to deal with. And honestly, so you will notice some parts of this have audio. So this part right here was filmed on 12/21. But A is your closest, B is the one out in the water, C is military. I never recommend C unless you're trying to finish your career progress. That's or awards. That's things like that. We're going to ignore Vincent. So as you can tell, we're down here. I just like to swing the car around and back up. Now, the reason I back in is a little bit faster this way. Okay, so we're just going to jump on one of the little jet skis. And we're going to head over to the yacht. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Now, this one's only got a couple of enemies you really got to deal with. And then the rest can just be ignored. But let's get onto the boat real quick. Head in here. Yeah, it's always hard to choose what I want. I just like take this one out in here. Either way, you're going to trigger the alarm, so I wouldn't even bother. Just grab whatever you can for a weapon. Whatever you think's going to be best. You got these two. You got 2 in this room. So you don't want to just run in here. Take that guy out. Take him out. And then just going to come over here. And we're going to grab the armor and stuff. Head in here. So then there's going to be one guy in here. That's all. We're going to grab the weapons real quick. Now, if you went to A, you'd be massive gunfight. Right? But I'm just going to head down through here real quick. Yeah, you got to love this delay in the controller. But then we're just going to jump back on the jet ski. Hey, you can use the one that you have there. It's running already. Or you can just jump on this one, whatever. We're going to ignore the helicopter. And then we're just going to go over here. So after this, you will have enemies chasing you like this helicopter. Mainly the helicopter. And yeah, we're just going to head back to Vincent's lockup real quick. So I will see when we get back there. And after a nice ride back with just the helicopter chasing, we're just going to pull in here. Just going to go in here. We're going to ignore I hit that. Just drive right into the circle. Going to text Vincent. And we're going to confirm that. And that's it for this mission. Like I said, you can choose whatever one you want to go to. A is the closest, fastest. But I find B to be a little bit faster, honestly. So, as you can tell, missing pass on that one. So you only actually get paid for 1 or 2 missions, the finale and the other one. And that's if you collect cash on that one, but we'll see that in a few minutes. So we're going to move on to the vehicle. We'll grab some armor. Now for the vehicle, you always want to go to A. Hey, and the reason for that is it's going to be faster and it's going to be a lot easier. And so for hit and run, like I said, go to A. Hey, you can go to B or C, which I'll show here in a second. But so once you're in your vehicle, I'm just going to head over here real quick. Get out of the road. So A's right here. You got a chance of 3 vehicles. C, you got one of multiple vehicles. That's military. And B is for the professionals, the ones that we got the weapons and gear from. Don't recommend going to B, because then you're going to have to drive all the way to Paleto Bay. Same thing with C. It's not worth it. So I will see you when we get up there to A. A little tip when going to A, don't follow what the GPS tells you to do. Just go down the side of the hill here like I am. It's actually going to save you time. You're not dealing with all the traffic and everything that you have to otherwise. Guys, we're just going to go over this hill, right over this one. If you're using a car you got off the street, make sure it has armor. Because one little mistake and yeah, you lose the car and you lose your life down there on it. And you'll have 0 lives left after that. But so this is always the exact same location. And we're just going to park right here. We're going to have 3 guys take out here. Just grab whatever. Take him out. Take him out. That one out. Sometimes you'll have another one that's near there, but you don't have to take that out. And then you're just going to aim right up here. Hit the box. So in this case we have, at least it's not the tulip. If it was tulip, it sucks. But once you have the car, this car, the tulip, or the van, and then you're going to head down here. Do not follow what your GPS says there. You're going to be getting chased by enemies left and right, and yeah, you definitely don't want to deal with that. So you can get onto the railroad tracks from this little hill. It's a little bit harder. There, you can do it from that side. Again, a little bit harder, or you can just come follow the path I'm going. Just climb right over here. Just land up here, and then you're just going to follow the railroad tracks all the way to Paleto Bay. So I will see you at the Cluckin Bell Farms. Okay, I'm working up on the drop-off. Now, if your car is heavily damaged, it's going to tell you to go repair your car real quick, but this car has barely any damage from all that. We're just going to go right through the fence. And then we're just going to pull in here and follow the prompt. Then we're going to text Vincent that this car we're choosing for the getaway vehicle. Well, leave the garage real quick. Don't mind if I do. Jump in this car. And we're going to drive away. Now, it will say leave the area. I've seen a couple creators as well as quite a few people make the same mistake where they think you can just switch the session. I've done it myself. I'm not going to deny that. But you're just going to drive away either direction. Both directions that will end the game automatically for you. So, but as you can tell, that's it for this mission. And then we're on to the next mission real quick. As soon as it wants to finish up. So you do gain a lot of RP for this, as you can tell, but that's it. And now we're back at the police station. And to start next mission. So for this next mission, it's a little bit easier after your first time going through it. Right, and I'll explain that here in just a second. I'm just going to confirm my settings. Now, you got 2 options on this one. So the first time you go through it, always recommend going to hack the vans and getting the outfit. You don't need the outfit in here, and you'll see why, but so you're going to go down the Innocence Boulevard to stop finding the bands if you choose to do that method, or you can do the method I'm about to do after your first playthrough. So let me skip ahead. So there's one of 3 locations that could be every single time. I know 2 of them right off. The third one I'm always confused on. But the first one's right over here across from the garment factory. Hey, which I'll show here on the map real quick. So that's the location. And it could be this one. As you can tell, the garment factory is right there. So you just run over here. You might have to hit right on D-pad if you're using a controller. But so it's not this one, as you can tell. Well, in this case, so let's head over to the next one, and we're gonna ignore that car. But you can do this after your first playthrough. I don't know if you can do it the first playthrough or not. But you're just gonna follow the road over here. Unfortunately, going a little too fast and missed my turn, but so we're just gonna come up here. Like I said, I don't know where the third one is exactly, but this is the second location right here. So this is it. It's just off the road. And then we're just gonna come over here. And this is the location in this case. So this is the most common one you're gonna find. Just want a suppressed weapon. In this case, we're gonna take this guy out real fast, as long as it doesn't want to lock onto his body armor. Then we're just gonna come down here. We're gonna take out this guy. So I like to sabotage the trucks as we go. Do not blow the trucks up. If you want to do this silent and sneaky, hey, you need to keep the trucks intact. Wipe the CCTV. Hey, and take out the witnesses. As which I'll explain all that. But if you blow up the trucks, it's automatic aggressive mode. Or hard difficulty, in other words. So just going to come over here, third truck. Okay, then we're going to take out this guy right here. Take him out. Take him out. We're going to take out the security camera, or it's going to trigger the alarm sooner than we want. Take him out. Then we're just going to come over here. We're going to sabotage this truck. It's kind of funny because all it's doing is taking the coil off it. Unfortunately, they have one problem. Those trucks are diesel, and they don't use an ignition coil system. I don't think Rockstar paid much attention to that. But it's a game. What do you expect? So, like I said, just gonna wait to CCTV. And then we're just gonna go take out these next guys. Nice, real quick. And so we got this one right here. You probably noticed I grabbed the drill while I was over there. There's several spawn points for the drill. Then we're just gonna come in here. And we're gonna take this guy out. Now, he never used to get triggered that easy. That is a recent update improvement. And so, as you can tell, we do have these guys now. Since he got triggered. And we're going to have another one over here. And then we're going to have two others to take out. Now, you need to take these out before that red bar hits the bottom. Or we'll automatically go into aggressive mode. And they'll know you're coming. Now, next thing you want to do is go drill out the lockers. Now, there's going to be 4 on each. I only do it until I find the yellow Cluckin Bell card, but you could get lucky. It could be a first time. You can do them all. It takes like an extra 2 minutes to get all the cash, but as you can tell, it literally sucks drilling these out. It's just so slow, honestly. Okay, so this third one, and then the fourth one here. Unfortunately, I've had the worst luck possible, where it's in literally the last one, and then there's times where it will glitch out and the card won't spawn in, and that does happen every now and then. I've seen videos on YouTube as well showing that happening. As you can tell, we'll keep getting cash in this case. So the max cash you can get, I think, is like 10,000. So I could be wrong on that, but that's the most I've ever received. It usually is between 5 and 8,000. So check this last one on this one. Then we'll head over to the other room. So, like I said, there's 4 lockers. There's in total on each. We're just going to head over here. I'm only going to go until I get the yellow card. And then I'm going to head out. But just grab drill out again. Drill out these lockers. It's very repetitive. That's its problem. Yeah, my computer's been freezing on the game quite a bit. So we got cash on that one. And drill this one out real quick. More cash. Like I said, I got the worst luck when I do this heist. This raid every time. Doesn't matter. And there's the yellow card. So now we're just going to head on out. We're going to go get the truck outside real fast. So we're just gonna leave the same way you came in. And trucks are sabotaged, CCTV's wiped, hype, no witnesses. So we are pretty much set to go. Oh. So depending on if you have the garment factory, this location, or up in Cyprus, the truck's gonna be a different location. So we're just gonna take the gun out, we're just gonna shoot out the window real quick. That's just gonna skip that animation for unlocking the truck. Okay. And then we're just gonna head out soon as the truck ever starts. And then we're just gonna follow the path back, and I'll see you back at the lockup. After what felt like forever driving back with this slow truck, look, we're just gonna pull in here. I didn't hit that. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but we're just gonna park here. Yeah, and that's gonna be the end of this mission. Like I said, real simple. So in total we got a total of 8,500, which isn't bad. Like I said, it goes up to about 10,000. So let's go to the next mission. Okay, and on to the finale here. So we're just gonna park right up here. Yeah. So again, just gonna come here to the V. Hey, just walk into the circle. Keep in mind, Vincent calls you after each one. It will come back up after he calls you. So now we're heading on to the scene of the crime. And in this case, it's gonna put you into a cutscene. I can skip it because I've done this enough times, but if it's your first playthrough, it will make you watch the cutscene. God, this is slow at loading. But as you can tell, we're just gonna skip ahead real quick. So there's gonna be a couple of different ways you can do this. Yes. So I'm just gonna do this my preferred way. We're just gonna make sure it does have a suppressor. I've had time where it didn't, which it does glitch out once in a great while. You gotta take that guy out. You gotta take this one out. Without being seen, because if you do get seen, it will become an aggressive approach then. So if you have extra body armor or anything that you had picked up from the other ones, you can just open that door where I just did. And that's where you'll find a first aid kit as well. We'll open this door. This door is so slow. So you're going to have this guy right here. I always recommend taking him out before he turns around, but he's already turned. So we're just going to take these three out. Do not take him out yet. As you can tell, you got these guys you got to deal with. You don't want to wait. If you didn't get him down there, you're going to wait until he walks by him. And then you're going to wait until he's up there. They're going to take him out now. Take him out. Take these two out real fast. Now, you don't have to take them out. You can take them out when they're in the other rooms, but I just prefer to do it this way. Okay, then we're just going to come over here real quick. We're going to put the key in. Then we're going to head downstairs real fast. Let's wait for this little cutscene to ever end. So I'm trying not to edit this too much on the finale, maybe for obvious reasons. I'm going to take him out, and we got this guy. And I'm not going to bore you with collecting all this, so let me finish this up real quick. Okay, and that's the first pile of 4. Still wish we could get this much on KO Perico. I'd be happy. Hey, but again, I'm just going to skip ahead on each one of these. Okay, and we got the product in there for the second pile. Head over here to the third one. Same process. So for each one of these, you just want to spam the button it tells you to, whether you're on keyboard, and Xbox controller if you're on PC, Xbox controller for Xbox, or for PlayStation. And as you can tell, it doesn't take long at all. So this is just the first room. Then you're going to head back upstairs. Yes, and we're going to head to the second room. After we take out a few more guys. So now that we're back up here, we're just going to come into this room. We're going to come take this guy out. Unfortunately, he's already turning before I could take him out, but just going to run over here. Yeah, we're now going to go take him out. Now, you do want to watch on your mini-map where each guy is prior to this. Yes, we're going to take him out since he does walk around the room. Then we're going to come over here. Yeah, we're going to come take this guy out. We're going to have one that walks around in here. As you can already tell, he's walking this way. We're going to take him out, and that's it. So you're going to need the office key. The office key could spawn right here. It's not here this time. So let's go get it in the other room, and then we'll go get the product over in the other room. So, as you can tell, the keys are right here. You gotta love just waiting for it to ever load. So got the keys. We're going to need those for the office. You can shoot the lock, but you're going to set off the alarm. We don't want to do that. Then it's going to become an aggressive approach. And if it's a aggressive approach at the end, that's a 4-star wanted level instead of 3. So we got 2 guys in here. Take him out. Take him out. Now, if you went to A, you'll automatically have a crowbar. But since I went to B, I got to grab a crowbar over here. And this crate's going to be right here in this case. Otherwise, it's going to be over that empty space on the other side. They're always the same crates. So it's either going to be here or it's going to be right there. Here. Then we're just going to run over here. This crate's always the one that holds the product. I'm just going to grab this one, open it, grab that out, and then we're going to head back out through the same door we came in. So let's head out there. Okay, next stop is going to be the office. So like I said, you can shoot the lock. Not recommended because you will set off the alarm if you do. Oh, and then that becomes aggressive approach, and yeah, that's just way too much at that point. So you always want to collect the key. The keys are going to just take you an extra second or two. Come over here, hack the computer. This is one of the slowest parts of the whole mission, honestly. Because you can't do anything while your character's hacking it. Then you gotta grab the hacking device. Then you gotta run out here. Now, it won't record it until you lift the recording the hacking device. So I will see you once I get the first code. Okay, and this will be the first code right there. Now we're going to check, see what it says for the next one. So it could be any of these 3 computers. Well, these 2 computers. It could be this one. So it's not coming up on this one. Let's go over here to this one. And so as you can tell, it says code 2 of 3. And then we know it's going to be this one down here. And then we got code 3 of 3. Just run back to the office. Now we're going to go put the code in the safe. So to get the code, you're just going to lift up your device real quick. So 1626.05. Right, so just going to put it in real quick. You do need to hit it over manually, unlike other ones. But as you can tell, pretty quick. Going to grab the cash. Now the alarm's going to go off, so don't worry about that. That's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. Now you do want to stay in here for a few seconds. The reason? Because if you go out now, the cops will see you. That is how you trigger it. So you're just going to want to stay right against this wall. Oh, and then over here next to the Benson. You don't have to take these guys out. I just do it because it just makes it easier. But as you can tell, that guy's walking over a little bit. Now we're going to take him out. Oh. So if you do get seen, this will be aggressive when you come out here, and you will have a 4-star wanted level. You cannot lose that wanted level until you're at the bottom half of the map. You will need to be down near Sandy Shores in order to avoid it. I'm going to take that guy out. And then we got one more. Then we're just going to run over here to the garage and grab our getaway car real quick. So I will see you in a second. As you can tell, your getaway car is right where you left it. Then just head outside real quick. So you want to follow the railroad tracks. Do not follow what that says. You can't call in your personal vehicle until after the white building down here. There is a cop on the railroad tracks. So you're going to ignore him. You can take him out or hit him. But that can give you a 4-star wanted level, and we don't want that. But you're just going to head down this way. Just follow the tracks all the way down to Sandy Shores. It's going to be your best bet. Once you're past this general area right here, you can call in your personal vehicle, but I don't recommend it. Not until you lose your wanted level. Like I said, the game is hard-coded, so you can't lose the wanted level until you're down the bottom of the map. But this car, so this is Tulip. This car would be all over the tracks. The van and this one do all right. Car B from the professionals at location B does fine. The military vehicles, they're a little too wide for this, honestly. I've used them in the past, but as you can tell, I hate driving through these bridges. It always feels like the car's going to hit the side. If it's the Tulip, well, yeah, it's going to hit it because it won't stay on the damn tracks. But you do also want to watch for where the cops are spawning at. So we're almost to the point where we'll be able to start losing them. You can't lose them in this area either. That's been tested and tried. That doesn't work. You will be able to lose them as soon as you cross this bridge right here. Yeah, so once you're over here, you can just jump right down. Perfect landing. That's what I'm going to call that. But you're just going to head over here. Just drive around out here, avoiding the blue cone from the police helicopter and the cars. I swear I can drive some days on here. But yeah, as you can tell. So we are going to call in the my personal car after this. It's just going to make my job so much faster and easier. And getting back a lot faster than this thing is. So I'm just going to park over here. I'll show you. And that you can call in your personal vehicle. You can't call in any flying vehicles. Can't use the Sparrow. Can't use the oppressor. Can't use anything like that. Can't use the buzzard. You can only use ground vehicles. You can also call the mechanic, and he will deliver a car after you lose the wanted level. But we're just going to head this way. Another little tip here is do not follow what GPS says here. It seems like it's going to be faster. No, just come up this way towards where my lab is. And then we're just going to come up here. Yeah, we're going to cut up this way. So this does cut some time off, as well as a little bit of mileage. And it's all kilometers, depending on which way you're set up. Not what part of the world you're from, but just going to go around. This car does pretty well on dirt. It's not the greatest, but I don't expect it to be great. So we're just going to cut up through here. A lot of people I still see go around here. I just cut up through here. It's a lot faster. I am so glad I don't have to use that tractor for one of the videos that's going to be coming out soon. That would be a nightmare on the stunt jumps. Especially with the wanted level. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that. So, I will see you when I get down towards the lockup. Okay, and we're just finishing up here. Yeah, so we're just going to go through these cars, make this little turn. Now, I like to either jump down to the parking lot or just cut right through here real fast. So this car's brakes, they're all right. We're just going to pull in right here. That's the end of the Cluckin Bell farm ride, pretty much. So, that's 500,000 right there. Earned. Like I said, time I'm recording this, it pays an extra 500,000 for completing it as a leader, or as an associate as well. So it's $1 million per an hour. That 500,000 pays out within 72 hours. It is not automatic at the end of the mission. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to hit that like button below. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.